hello there. Welcome to my new abode and to this new little chapter that I'm starting called Therapeutic Thursdays. If you are new to this channel, click that subscribe button because what are you waiting for? Actually, you guys been waiting pretty long for me, so I can't even say click that subscribe button. Listen, go scroll through, see if you like what you like, and if you do, hit a subscribe button, hit a like, hit a notification bell, something. If you see what you like, show some support. First of all, let me hook y'all up to these pants. Y'all see these pants? So I got these pants from Shein and I love it. It's cute, it's funky, and it's comfortable. And one day I will go outside with it. So today I wanted to talk about the 6 things that I do when I feel down or I don't feel oh so good. And I know that you guys can relate because there's sometimes when you just don't want to get out of bed and you're just like,
I was gonna get out of bed, but then I said, why? I'd be productive. That's what I said. Until I thought, why? I'd rather lay here instead. Don't wanna say goodbye. Hey, I ask myself why. I ask myself why. I ask myself why. La la la,
why? But these are the 6 things that I do when I feel down or when I feel out of it, when I feel like honestly giving up on life. Just because maybe you had a hiccup or a couple of bad days, or maybe you had something happened in your life that really took you off your path and made you forget about everything that you've worked for and everything that you are. So let's get into these 6 things. Sit back. Let me just say it is okay to not feel okay, but we have to learn how to efficiently deal with these phases that we're in and just learn that it's okay to sit in this, but I gotta get up at some point. So let me do little things day by day to get me back to me, get me back to being a bad. So one of the things that I do once I'm in once I start thinking this way is the night before tomorrow, I would get a book or my journal. You guys know that I'm a big fan of journal, and I'll start writing down about 2 to 3 things or 3 to 4 things that I want to get done the next day. Now, guys, it don't have to be I need to paint my whole room. We need to make a list of things that are manageable and that we know that we can do the next day. Things that we know for sure we can get done. Because when you're in a depressive mode or you're feeling down, the last thing we want to do is not do the things that we set out to do the night before, because we're already feeling like crap. And then on top of that, we're gonna make goals, write things down that we're supposed to do, and then not do it and then feel worse. I suggest writing 3 to 4 things down that you think you can accomplish the next day, because feeling like you've done something in a day gives you some sense of purpose, and that makes you feel so good when you're able to accomplish something. It doesn't matter how small it is. It could literally be, so for example, last week Saturday I wrote down on my list, I want to go to the plant shop, I want to get some plants, that I wanted to apply for this credit card, so I wrote that down. And I think my third thing was that I wanted to sweep my patio. 3 things, literally. I don't have that mental capacity to do 10 things in a day right now, so I'm just gonna list down 3 things or 4 things that I know I can definitely do. And so when that day comes for me to do these things and I get it done, I think you may not see the difference, a big difference, but it makes a difference in the way that you feel about yourself. For me personally, it does, because it feels like I accomplished what I said I was gonna accomplish. And it's like baby steps to getting back to being that bad. Getting back to being you. Number 2, your mama's mama, not your mama's mama. You'll be so great. You're so blessed if you have your mama's mama, honestly. I know that for sure this is something that you might have heard your parents say to you over and over again. Make up your bed. Make up your bed. Make your bed up. When you're young, it's annoying to hear that all the time, but there's some value to that. Getting up when you get up, make your bed up. I think it makes you feel kind of more organized in your head, and it is, I guarantee you, it's a great feeling when you finish your day and you're about to go to your bed, and it's just a nice, neatly prepared bed, just ready for you. Like, try not to have your space be a claustrophobe, if that's even a word, because it really just it it does mess up your whole psyche, and it makes it worse. Granted, it is hard even getting out of bed, yet alone making up your bed when you feel like this. But just know, however long you take to do this, just know that doing this will help you get better. Because think of it this way: do you really, really, really want to be like this forever? No. So we got to start making steps to make us feel better. Mentally, it helps. We have three. This one is also really simple, but taking a shower, and not just any shower, like a long shower. I don't know about you, but like for me, when I take a nice long cool shower or warm, whichever one you prefer, I just feel so much better. Don't get me wrong, sometimes when I'm in my really, really low stages, like taking a shower isn't appealing to me. Don't come for me. But honestly, sometimes when you are feeling that way, you don't want to get out of bed. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to eat. You don't want to do anything. But like I said, do we really want to be like this forever? I know in the moment we're like, yeah, I want to be like this forever, but let's recenter ourselves in these times and just remember that, like, nah, we're not trying to be like this. We here for a reason. We gotta let people know why we here. And also, to add it on, like a little bonus, if you're like me and you are into meditation music and stuff like that, that also soothes me as well. Not every time, but like that soothes me. Sometimes whenever I'm feeling like this, I ain't trying to hear no soca, although I'm a soca person, and although like I'm an upbeat person, I ain't trying to hear no soca. I ain't trying to hear no rap. I ain't trying to hear no City Girls. I'm not trying to hear no Megan. I just don't want to hear anything. So literally, I would just have like no lyrics, just meditation music. Number 4. Now this one, literally, I swear by this. Motivational videos. So last week, I don't know, I was down for, well, I do know, but I was down for a couple of days. And I just went to my motivational playlist religiously, I kid you not, religiously every morning. And not just morning, wait for it, but every morning I would wake up to that motivational video that really talks to me. I swear they know what I'm going through. And I'm gonna put some links below, but not every motivational video is gonna be for you. So like what motivational videos for me is not gonna be for you. But I guarantee you, you're gonna find that one video or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 that is going to resonate with you. And another thing, besides listening to motivational videos religiously every morning until I feel better to listen to it less. Every time I'm about to have a negative thought, motivational video. Literally. Every time I'm about to feel down or my stomach start twisting and starting to feel like I'm getting a motivational video. Motivational video literally every time I'm doubting myself, every time I'm feeling like I'm not worth it, every time I'm feeling things that is not helping me to succeed. Every time you have a thought that ain't supposed to be there, you click that play button. I guarantee you eventually it's going to help. Like, it's going to help you get up. And you know, like the worst thing is like I'm working, and when you are really out of it, you're really feeling down, but you have to put on a face for work. You still have to be you. Nobody cares about your emotional turmoil. Nobody cares that you're having a bad day. You have to you gotta produce. You gotta do your work. So for me, how I was able to get through those working days was to listen to those motivational videos as soon as I got up, right? Because in the beginnings, it was hard. Like as soon as I got up, as I'm walking to work, as I sat down for work, like I listened to it as much as I could, because honestly, it really did help me. I encourage you to go on YouTube and find those motivational videos. I am telling you, So this is number 5. And let me just make a disclaimer that specifically for this one, I wasn't too sure if I wanted to put this in because I don't really follow this one, but I've been told that I need to sometimes. But I'm really skeptical about it. That is talking to your loved ones or talking to your close friends. But let me just add in at the end, close friends or loved ones that you trust. I know it should go without saying that loved ones or the ones that you care about should be the ones that you trust, but that isn't always the case. And for me personally, how I deal with when I'm down or when I'm going through something is I need a couple of days to figure it out myself before I talk to anybody. Because for me, I don't know, I guess I'm the kind of person that thinks like, you know what, at the end of the day, no matter how much I talk to you about it, no matter how much I talk to a friend about it or a loved one, at the end of the day, it still boils down to me. At the end of the day, I'm still gonna have to figure out how am I gonna get myself out of this rut. And I guess that's just me being me. But if you're the type of person that needs that support from other people more than like me, I personally am a loner. When I start to feel a certain way, I close off and like I'm just ready to figure out everything on my own. But you know, for other people it might be different. For other people, they might actually want to hear what other people have to say. But I will say there is a vice in listening to other people's advice all the time, because every single person that you talk to about your issue will have a different type of advice, right? And at the end of the day, like I said, it boils down to you to figure out which advice you're trying to take. And now for the final thing is make sure that you get rest. I know that these things sound so simple, but like make sure that you get rest. I know for me this is something that I personally have to take my own advice on, because when I'm feeling out of it, when I'm feeling down, my mind races like on 100, and that prevents me from sleeping. It is so hard to go to sleep when I know there's just so much happening in my head. Just my whole everything is just like I can't sleep. For me, whenever I find myself not being able to fall asleep, I would just start writing everything that's in my head. Just start writing it, because sometimes the reason why our minds race so much is because there's just so much going on in your head that it almost doesn't make sense, because with all those things going on in your head, you probably can't even process all this stuff. And so your mind is just racing and racing and racing, and it's like a never ending cycle of you trying to understand what the hell is going on. And just writing everything that you're feeling, it really starts to empty and unload your mind, and it makes you a little bit calm. These are the 6 things that I do, and I don't know if this is gonna help anybody, but just remember that it's okay not to be okay, but we don't want to be in this place forever. And we're gonna have these phases multiple times. Like I know my time ain't done yet, but it's just how you deal with these, these episodes and these moments. And I think that how you know you're getting better is when you're able to deal with these situations better each time. Then you know to yourself that you yourself are becoming better, because that means that you are learning yourself better, you're learning who you are, and you're understanding how to deal with yourself in different scenarios when they happen. That in itself is a blessing, and that in itself is something to be grateful and happy about. You might not feel that way during the period, but you can look back and say, hey, like I really handled that much better than I did before. And that's something to tap yourself on the shoulder for. I hope that you enjoyed this therapeutic Thursday chat, I guess. And I hope that you guys are doing amazing. And for those of you who are not feeling that great, this too shall pass. All right, bye guys, and I will see you in the next one.